Back then in school, you were told the key to success is education, right? Now, I'm going to tell you the key to success is not always about education, but you should know how to read. Yes. The key to success does not always need to deal with your education, your educational background. Actually, it has to do with your hands, your brain, what you can do using your hands and your head. Hello guys, you're all welcome to Nessus Fantasy. If you're stopping by for the very first time, you're highly welcome into my channel. In today's video, I'll be telling you some very important skills you should learn back home before planning on a journey. Traveling to any country, Bahrain, Kuwait, US, wherever you're planning to go. Learn these skills whether you're going for schooling, you're going to work, you're going as a couple, like you're married. Always have a skill. So, yep. The first thing first is skills are like our normal things we are not taught in school, but some skills, because we have the skilled, we have the unskilled, we have the semi-skilled. So some of these skilled things or the skilled jobs that I'm going to be naming to you will be let's say the things I'm going to be telling you about. First, a lot of people think that when they travel out, personally had a mentality that if you travel out of the country without getting a degree or a certificate, you're not going to get a job. But traveling is part of experience. I mean, traveling has taught me a lot of things because at the end of the day, I notice what I'm doing now has to do with nothing with the things I studied back in school. Because back home, I am saying I did nursing. So my specialty was to take care of kids and elderly people. So this was my specialty. But at the end of the day, what I'm doing is not even close to my field. So education is not always the key to success. Guys, I'm not saying you should not go to school. Come on. Don't say Vanessa say we should not go to school because I know my siblings will watch me and say, you see, Vanessa say we should not go to school. Hello. Go to school, but don't put it as a cap like I will only go to school. While going to school, I would advise and I would encourage a lot of people to do handwork or skill jobs, unskilled jobs. I beg your pardon. For example, I'm going to be naming them and I'll be telling you why. For me personally, my siblings, if my junior siblings, the female ones, they are all going to learn hairdressing, makeup, manicure and pedicure. They must learn it. Like I'm not asking you, I'm telling you because I will pay for it, so you must do it. And then for my brothers, what I plan on teaching or I plan on telling them to do is you must learn mechanic. You must learn aluminium work. You must learn glass work because these are things you don't learn in school. Anyways, there's some technical schools that are going to teach you about these things, but they're not going to technical school, so they're going to grammar school, and we have vocational studies that are going to teach you. But I prefer you can learn this somewhere. I know that, like for example, this third term because they're on the third term holiday. So these 3 months they can stay at home and then I pay for their classes. They go and learn. One of my little sister is already studying how to do. She's already learning how to do hairdressing. So one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because education will not always help you. It will not always help you. What people need is actually what the white people need is your skills. What they always think is, or what they always say is, what can you do? They don't care about your certificate. Nobody ever knows the type of certificate I have here. Like where I'm working, the certificate is needless. It has no use. They don't care. They want to see what you can do. Do you have the strength to do this work? Do you have the strength to level this? If yes, then get the job. Get the work do up. Like start the work. They don't need your certificate. So, yep, education is not always the key. So some of the things you should learn before traveling. Number one, we'll be talking about barbing, shaving hair. Okay, in Africa or in Cameroon to be precise, a lot of people who turn to be barbers or shave hair, they are considered to have a very low paid job or low paying salary. Like they don't earn so much. But this is something that if you come out here, like let's say in the Middle East, in the US, I mean European countries, and you know how to do this, even if it's bad as how, if you don't get the desired job, at least you can always start off from somewhere that can get you something that put you food on your table. So if you want to travel or you plan on traveling, get yourself a handwork. Barbing is very useful for men. And it also pays. Now we move to the second one, which has to do with photography. Photography is something that if you have to learn it when you travel out, it's going to cost too much on you as compared to when you are back home in Africa, Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, wherever you are back home, as long as it's Africa. If you learn this thing and you travel, trust me, you're never going to lack a job, because there are a lot of people who will be needing photographers. People are giving birth, people are getting married. They always need these people who are going to give them a good view of their memories, their pictures, and everything. And yes, photography is the next thing that Esther, I'm going to tell you about it. It's very important. We should just learn a skill, learn a handwork before traveling. And we'll go to the third one, which has to do with makeup. I did my makeup on my own. Assuming I did not know how to do this makeup, okay, I will have to pay somebody to do it. And in Cameroon, to be precise, we pay for makeup. Makeup is 5,000. I remember one time I did makeup with my aunt, and we had to pay 5,000. We pay 5,000 each. Then when we finished doing the makeup, she washed her face. So I'm like, what do these girls use that I cannot use? What do they do that I cannot do? I had to start learning. This thing actually with makeup, I just think I was gifted with the drawing thing. I did not actually go for a class to learn. I'm a very fast learner. When I see something once, I don't need to see it twice. I'll just capture. So one thing I really admired with makeup was lashes. But uh my aunt does not like lashes. My friends don't like, but my dad still really likes seeing me with good looks. Like once I'm looking good, my dad is okay, so he likes it. So and then I was in the university also at that time. And in the university, you go for parties, you go for clubbing, you go to different occasions. Yeah, so at this era of my life, I was a dance, a video vixen. Yeah, I was a video vixen, but I was not actually a vixen. I was a dancer, because dancing has always been like my passion. I've always loved to dance. So, but while going on this dance, they had to train you how to be a video vixen, and body movement and everything. And also in this video vixen hall or whatever we're studying there, they were teaching how to do makeup. Like they were learning makeup. They do makeup on people's face. Makeup artist. I'm not even a makeup artist, but I know, as so far as I know, I'm trying. Like I know how to blend with the face, draw my brows, put my lashes. So one thing I was really interested was in learning lashes. So every time I go to do my lashes, I have to pay. I have to pay, like, let's say 500 francs. 500 francs is not too much in Cameroon. It's actually little bit. As a student, you don't have that money. Let's say you're hoping on your dad, you're hoping on your sponsor to send you money, and you have to look good and stuff like this. So I had to pay 500. And then every time I'll pay 500, I'll use it for one day and it's out, because I cannot use it for long. I cannot be taken to school also. So I'm like, you know what? I just said to myself, you know what, Vanessa? You're not going to pay lashes anymore. You're going to learn how to do these lashes on your own. So while in that video vixen hall, like where we go for training, there was a day they were doing a girl's makeup. I stood there from the beginning to end. Like I was literally looking at the various products they're putting. This one, they are putting this foundation, they are putting the primer, they are putting milk of magnesium, they're putting different things. So I was like, then my main aim was lashes. So when it came to the point of putting the eyelash, I stayed focused. Like I did not want any distraction. Then when I just saw it the first time, the next time I tried on my eye, I'm like, okay, I've seen it, so now I think I can do it. I think I just knew I could do it. So I took the lashes. I bought my lashes because lashes is so cheap. You can have it for 100 francs. But now things have evolved. Things are very expensive back home. But at that time, it was cheap. So I could get my lashes 100 francs, 200, 300, 500, 250. We had one of our, well, let's say, a retail seller there in Boya. She was selling things for very cheap price, 250. So I'll go and get mine, and then I'll be putting, I mean, the guts, the courage. What if I would have put gum in my eyes? So I was just doing try and error until today. I'm like superb. You can see my lashes. I did on my own, my makeup, my blending, everything. Yeah, the only thing that I cannot do, I can do it, but I feel lazy to do is to braid my hair. There was a time I waited for a hairdresser to do my hair. I was literally begging her, calling her. She was busy and stuff. I had ordered my braids from Shein. I braided my hair that night, all from beginning to end. I braided my hair. Now let's move to the next topic. We spoke about makeup. We talk about braiding. Like I was already going to the topic. If you come to Bahrain and you want to braid your hair or you want to braid somebody's hair, braiding is so expensive here. Oh. It's so expensive. That's why a lot of girls are being encouraged that when you're coming here, you should take your hair, your wigs, and travel with. But there's sun. Hey, it's 49 to 50 degrees Celsius. It's so hot. How do you want to start? You wear it and you'll be boiling inside. So look at me now. I'm at this era that I don't even want to put braid. I have my braids, but I don't want to. I just need something that air will be interested in my hair. But it's costly. Assuming you have to go to a salon, because one Filipino lady, she was like, how much you do her hair? I told her sometimes I do them 10 BD, 15 BD. She's like, huh? It's so cheap. She went to African salon to do her hair and they were like 70 BD, 60. I'm like, I don't have that type of money. Oh. So if I go and they give me any type of price, I might just leave the hair like this, or I even shave the hair because I cannot be working all my money that I want to, invest back home and I'm spending it on hair. But had it been I can do it or I can play somebody else and the person played me, it's going to be a benefit on myself because I'm not paying the person, right? But now I have to pay. It's not like for me, it's not really too costly because I think I can afford. Yeah, I can afford to pay because I'm working. But for somebody who is not working and you need to look good, for us, the beauty of a lady is on her hair. Once your hair is not well kept, you just look like, I don't know. That's how Africans are being described. Your hair, if you're cutting the hair, cut it clean. If you're placing it, braid it clean. So your hair is like your selling point. Assuming I have this makeup and I have one crazy hair, everything is spoiled. So the hair, learn your braiding. Now, I wrote these things down because I don't want to mix up. I want to say everything that I wrote and I don't want to forget anyone. Anyways, if I forget anyone, you will tell me down in the comment section. Let's go for a short break. Hello guys, you're welcome back to Nessa's Fantasy. I know I've been talking too much, but we had to get a short break. It's 10 minutes. Wow, I've been talking for 10 minutes. So the next thing I'm going to be advising you to learn as a gentleman is bricklaying. Yeah, these are little things we ignore and we feel like no, we don't need to do it. Just learn it back home. You might never know where you're going to get bricklaying, mechanic. For my father, he's not so educated, but he got an opportunity to work in a company where they fix cars in Dubai. Because why? He learned all this mechanic work, know how to fix cars, he had the privilege to work in such a company. And the salary was not that bad. Because if you have to compare it to the salary back home, I'm not sure you would have ever earned something like this back home. Did you ever? No, I'm not sure. But just because of this skill, he was able to get a job. He was able to secure a job somewhere. Then when he traveled to Dubai. His first 2 years, he was working in that company. And he was doing perfectly well. He's still learning how to mount cars. I'm like, Daddy, you're doing this thing. You see the way we started this car like this, we mounted this, and you see the car when it's done with the finishing work. I'm like, wow. So this is one of the opportunity he got from learning this back home. Had it been he came to Dubai and then he wanted to start learning all these things, it's going to be a lot because they're not going to teach you for free. It's going to be so costly on your site. It's not cheap. No, it's not cheap. Oh, my light is not giving what it's supposed to give, and I don't know why. So the next thing we will be talking about, or second to the last thing we'll be talking about, has to do with web designing. So web designing, we studied it back home, computer science. Actually, we did web designing when I was at Alpacit, but I was not really focused on those things because for me, what I was my main focus was to know how to do Excel, Microsoft Word, Publisher. I was not interested in building all this website. I was not interested. I was never interested. So these are things that you can learn back home at a very cheap price, and then you travel out and you get good pay salary. So these are little things. They're not little bit. You should learn them. These are things that are going to survive you in the long run. Because let's say you learn it back home, you come here, you get a job. Let's say you want to improve, you want to study more. It's going to be an advantage. Trust me. A lot of people are looking for tailors. Now they don't even call it tailors, they call it fashion designers. Fashion design, that means now the world has evolved, things have changed. Something I was hearing, tailoring. Now there's no tailor anymore. It's fashion designers. So let's see. There was a time I was looking for a job. That one I was in Dubai. I was looking for a job actually, and then they were looking for a tailor. What am I from with tailor? I don't even know anything. I don't even know how to cut. The only thing I know how to do is to sew with thread and needle. Nothing else. But if you learn this back home, it's not going to take you too much of a time. Maybe 3 to 4 months, 5 months, 1 year. It's going to take you that time to be perfect. You start learning how to sew your dresses. They always need people here to sew their uniforms. They always need people here to sew their dresses. They always need patching. This is another thing. We see it as common, but trust me, I would always and always advise anybody, and I'm still saying this is like a global advice. So, anybody who is planning to travel, and one thing, if you're learning a handwork, don't learn it because you want to learn it. Learn it like think like for example, when I spoke to my younger sister, I'm like, what do you want to learn? Because I want you to learn something, but which field do you want to learn? I have tailoring, I have hairdressing, I have makeup, I have manicure and pedicure. Which one do you want to learn? Then I told her, for me, I would suggest you learn hairdressing. It's just a suggestion. Whatever you choose is what you're going to learn. So what do you want to learn? She said, sis, I would have choose to learn nails. But as you said hairdressing is good, I'm going to go with your hairdressing. I said, listen, I'm not forcing you to learn. Okay, I'm not forcing you to learn anything. I'm just giving you my own point of view because I've seen the way hairdressing pays here. So if you learn it, even if you go to school, you get your degree, and let's say you don't have the opportunity to further your studies out, you can open your salon, you become a hairdresser, plating, you can even travel, and then you become a hairdresser, you're able to play people's hair, and you're being paid. So choose one of them and then do. I will, whatever you choose, I'm good with that. So she said hairdressing. I'm like, okay, hairdressing, good. But that one is something I have decided that all my siblings, all of them, they must learn a skill. All of them must learn because I did not learn. But somehow, I managed to know how to do makeup. I managed to know how to do nails. But when I say nails, when I talk about nails, it's not according to this Bahrain nature. Like they are, hey, when I say, I know it according to Cameroon's level. Like, oh, when I want to talk about Bahrain, Bahrain style, the way they put nails is so different. Cameroon will just have our nail file, you put your gum, put your nails, file it, cortex it, put your polish, you're done. Yeah. Guys, you need to go and do your nails at these salons, like where they do their manicure and pedicure. You need to go and do their nails. They massage. I mean, they stretch. They like your nail. You want to do by this place, so they are reaching here. They massage. I mean, that one I need to go through another training, and I'm not interested. So where I'm working, I'm comfortable. I don't need any additional stress. So I'm not even thinking about learning all those things. The only thing I can think about is to further my studies in some years to come. But learning all those one, I don't get banja. So guys, this is the thing. Today's topic has been so long and it is very, very educative. You have to watch this video and educate yourself, educate other people who are coming here. They should not think that, oh, when you're traveling, you must just get your degree. That even people get a degree and they still go back to school. There are people who get a degree and they throw the degree. Like me, I've gotten my degree. It does not have use. It's there in my box. Doing what? Nothing. What I'm doing doesn't even concern my degree. No. I'm doing something else and my degree is wasting. The money that I went to school, the money that I've even taken that money and opened me a business. That money that I went to school, that have opened me a business. Let me be doing my makeup, be doing something that would have been productive. But anyways, it was worth it. The time spending learning new things, it was worth it. So guys, this is the end part of my video. Don't get me confused. These are just the things you should do before traveling, and make sure you learn what your heart tell you, like what you feel like you love doing. Because if you do something you love to do, you're going to excel. But if you do something you are being forced or pushed to do it, yeah, you're not going to excel. You're just going to remain in one spot. So yeah, this is what I said. Let me tell my viewers today. So guys, if you have enjoyed my video so far, please don't go without subscribing. If you have not subscribed to Nessa's Fantasy, share my video, give me a thumbs up, Give out your comment down in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I will see you guys again in my next video. Bye bye.